You guys know who this dude is?
I don't want to know him.
Yeah, he looks like somebody you don't want to know.
He looks like someone would touch you in the no-no spot.
Yeah.
Dude.
That's not far off. This is Armin Meiwes, whose father abandoned his family when he was 8. His mother was a very domineering woman.
Oh,
she
shit, dude.
wouldn't let him go anywhere without her, and would publicly criticize and admonish him.
Oh, yeah, like a controlling mother, huh?
Yeah, the only child with a mother like that. Now, he did have 2 half-brothers, but he ended up without any friends, created an imaginary friend named Frankie who he would tell his secrets to.
Frankie.
One of the secrets that he told Frankie was that he wanted to eat his friends, what little friends he had, I guess.
Dude. He doesn't
So
hardly have any friends.
So
he wants to eat them?
Yeah, the few friends he does have, he wants to eat.
That's kind of fucked up.
But it's so that they can stay with him forever. You understand?
Right.
Yeah, sure.
When his mother died in 1999, he was left alone with a large country house in Germany. He ended up recreating his mother as a mannequin in a room in that house, which could only be described as a shrine. So after his domineering mom dies, he builds this is like something from a fucking 70s.
No, it is. I mean,
movie.
you can tell,
Yeah.
like, people fucking probably take cues. It sounds like a lot of, like, serial killers as they're portrayed in films. It reminds me of the guy in Red Dragon a lot.
Yes, mother.
The domineering grandma that, abused him or whatever. He makes a shrine to her. He dresses up like her.
So he started going to internet forums. He went to a site called the Cannibal Cafe in 2001. That's a place for people with cannibalistic fetishes.
But a penchant for cannibalism in a really kind of upper crusty setting.
Did you
Yes.
like sipping lattes
Yeah.
while you're
Did you ever visit
eating
that
your human
website,
sandwich.
TJ?
I never knew about that.
Never
one.
knew about that one.
I don't think TJ would be a resident of the Cannibal Cafe.
He might.
It seems a little hoity-toity to me for
Yeah,
TJ's taste.
too high end.
Too highfalutin.
You're a low-end cannibal,
Yeah,
TJ.
more of a low end.
Yeah.
You want the McDonald's
He was at the
cannibal
Cannibal
experience.
Dive Bar down the street.
There, he left a post saying he was looking for a well-built 18 to 30-year-old to be slaughtered and then consumed. He got many answers, but only found one to be serious after actually facing the knife. So this is the guy that answered the ad.
What a poor bastard.
Doesn't really look to be 8. He's not between 18 and 30. He's actually 43.
Yeah.
This man was Bernd Armando Brandes. A lot of names.
Or dinner.
Dinner,
For short.
as he liked to call himself, who had placed his own ad looking to be eaten, and they met at Mewes' house on March 9th, 2001. The day before, Brandes had wrote, "I'll bring myself as breakfast." So he's not dinner. He's not dinner. Let's clear that up.
I'm
He's
the
fucking
breakfast of champions.
Then the two had sex and talked about computers while drinking some coffee.
Yeah.
Brandes thought he couldn't go through with it and asked to be taken to the train station. But before getting on board, he said that if he had sleeping pills and schnapps, he thought that would do the trick.
Yeah, maybe I could do this.
Yeah, I think I could do it.
Some sleeping pills
I
and
just need
some
some
schnapps.
sleeping pills and schnapps.
But wouldn't that, like, taint the meat? Wouldn't
I
you
don't
be
know.
eating sleeping pills then?
As long as he's eating, I think he's happy.
Yeah. But we're looking at it from Armin's
Yeah,
perspective
what about
at this
Armin
point.
Meiwes, who has got to eat this guy? You don't want to eat somebody who's got a bunch of
Hey,
fucking sleeping
beggars
pills.
can't be choosers.
I guess that's
This is
true.
the only guy that
Yeah.
is actually
This is
willing
the guy
to
that
eat.
agreed to do it, so, what are you going to do? This is the house. It's a nice house. Big house.
It is a very nice house.
It's
It's a very German-looking place.
It's definitely very German. A lot of boxes. and
Looks like you
stuff.
could have a good Hofbrau there.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
For sure. There was a room in this house that was Armin's soundproof killing room.
Damn, so he really prepared for this.
At about 6 p.m., it started. It was all on video. He filmed the whole thing. Brandes wanted Mewes to bite off his penis
In which room?
in the killing room. you
Which
know?
would I want to know which one of these rooms he bit his wiener
It's
off.
this
in.
one here. The one.
And this is the room that
last window.
Well, you will be killed.
window, second story, farthest window on the right. from
Oh,
where you're
okay.
looking. That's the
Okay,
room.
right there.
Did he
Yeah,
have to
that's the
bite
room.
his
That's the room.
That does look like the
So
penis
he had
biter
to
room.
bite his dick off. Dude.
So basically, Brandes is like, "Come on, bite my dick off." But
Yeah.
Armin couldn't do it with just his teeth. It was too hard. So he had to use a knife. He cut off his dick. They both tried to eat it raw, but Brandes was like, "It's too chewy."
It's like, I don't like my dick.
Yeah, my dick's too chewy.
bizarre.
I can't eat this dick.
Yeah, my dick. It doesn't taste that.
Excuse
good.
me, waiter. This
So-
dick is too chewy.
Cook it.
So they decided to cook it with salt, pepper, wine, and garlic.
Oh, how did the cooked cock go down?
And then they decided to use some of Brandes' own fat to kind of, tenderize it a little bit. But unfortunately, they burned it.
Oh,
Damn.
man, that's a meal you
They
don't want to fucking burn.
The fucking
Yeah,
dick,
like
dude.
they so built up in their minds eating this dick.
They burned your breakfast.
and then they burn it.
Yeah, they were too
So
fucking.
Muse
too
basically
hopped up.
chopped into pieces and fed it to his dog. He's like, "Yeah, my dog will eat it."
Nothing else.
So
The dog.
his first cannibal experience, and he's fucking completely botched it.
I mean, yeah, your first time is never the greatest, though,
Right,
You know?
but I mean, come on,
Oh,
man. If
what
you're
the
ever
heck?
gonna not burn a meal, it's got to be that
Yeah.
cock.
Did you burn my dick? I'm sorry. I burned your cock.
I burned it.
Oh, no.
I'm sorry.
Just feed it to the doggy.
We'll just get another one. I don't have another one, you stupid idiots. This was my only cock.
Brandes was then placed into a bath and left to bleed out. Muse read a Star Trek book for the next 3 hours, checking on Brandes occasionally.
Making sure he's bleeding out all right.
Brandes was unconscious, so he stabbed him in the throat, ending his life. He then hung the body on a meat hook and chopped pieces off, placing the flesh into plastic bags,
Yeah.
which he labeled and stored in his freezer under some pizza boxes. He even tried to grind the bones to use as flour, which reminds me of the old,
Grind his bones.
Yeah.
To make my bread.
over the 10 months, he ate 44 pounds of the body.
Whoa.
He was caught, so apparently the sleeping pills did not affect it, and it lasted him for 10 months. Not bad. He was caught when he posted another ad on the forum looking for his next victim, describing in detail when he did to his last. Another reader notified the police. So basically, someone's like, "Whoa, I thought
This
we were
worked once.
Yeah, dude,
I thought we were just pretend here.
Yeah,
I
I
didn't
thought
know
we-
we were like
yeah.
actually doing this. I'm going to call the cops." So during the trial, he defended himself, saying it was a voluntary killing, as seen on the video. Germany did not have any laws against eating human flesh, so he was tried for murder for the purposes of sexual pleasure, which I guess is a specific division of murder there. And,
The Germans just think of everything.
and
dude.
disturbing the peace of the dead.
Yeah?
He was initially given 8.5 years, but was retried and sentenced to life. So basically, they gave him 8.5 years, and then they're like, you know what? Fuck that.
It needs to be life.
life.
I'm guessing there was a public outcry, probably.
I mean, if
Yes.
it's true that this dude just wanted to do this, then I don't think he should be in prison at all.
The libertarian point of view, which I kind of subscribe to as well, would kind of lead me to be like, yeah, I mean, this guy seems like he knew what he was getting in for, and he participated actively.
I don't know all the
In it.
particulars of the case, and he probably should have documented every step of it so as to protect himself. But in the case where you could actually prove that this other dude was like, "Yep, I'm down for this,"
Well,
yep,
there's really no one really disputes that he was down for it. So,
then I don't. Why is he in jail then?
well, they just because it grows people out.
Like, what did him
Because
consensually cooking and eating this
because
dude?
there's the law doesn't distinct. There's no distinction in the law for that. It's not like you can't say.
Yeah,
well,
there should be then.
I mean, I guess, but I mean,
So,
that would have to be a
give a
legal
shit.
precedent.
So-
Like, honestly, like,
Yeah.
why do I care? How does my life change if weird dudes like this want to meet up and consensually eat each other?
It doesn't.
It probably doesn't.
So Armin described the taste of human flesh as being like pork, but a little stronger. So it's like a
Stronger.
strong pork.
Strong pork.
Strong porky flavor.
But Armin has since become a vegetarian.
Okay.
Yeah, Armin is now a vegetarian. He's also the leader of the Green Party prison chapter.
Oh.
So he is a member of Germany's Green Party.
I'm glad he's not
in
wasting
prison.
his
He's the
life.
leader of the party, and everyone likes him there. Apparently, he's a natural leader, so that's good.
It's always interesting to me when I hear countries that allow prisoners to have a political life.
Right, and the thing about his vegetarianism is it's because he views factory farming as reprehensible and bad for the environment.
Yeah.
And also, he says that he thinks that factory farming is much worse than what he did, which
I mean, I'd agree.
In
The
terms
cow,
of the scope, yeah. I mean,
the cow can't try to enjoy its delectable sweetmeats before slowly bleeding out in a bath. So I kind of agree. You know.
Also, the cow
totally
can't give,
consensually.
The cow can't give him consent. This guy did.
Right. This guy was like, "Yeah, I want you to cut my cock off." Oh, you burned it? What an idiot! All right, I'm just gonna go die in a bath. Then you eat me afterwards. Bye.
So it's weird. This guy kills someone and eats them consensually, and he's in jail.
Right.
This guy killed and ate someone non-consensually and is free to this day.
Sagawa.
Issei Sagawa. When Issei Sagawa murdered, dismembered, and devoured Renee Hartevelt in 1981, he was fulfilling a dream 32 years in the making.
He just always wanted to eat somebody.
Yeah. A lifetime of cannibalistic thought. In the first grade, he noticed a classmate's thighs and thought, that looks delicious.
Damn.
He was always short and skinny. He's actually only 4'9".
So he's a tiny dude.
He's a tiny dude, almost deformed, people have said.
So he's like almost is he a dwarf? That's too tall for a dwarf.
No, he's not quite a dwarf, but
Just above it.
he has a gigantic head, and he's a very small man.
Got it.
And so people he kind of is a weird-looking guy. He blames the media's representation of Western women like Grace Kelly for sparking his cannibalistic fantasies.
That's what did it.
Equating it with what most people would call sexual desire. Where other people dreamed of bedding these beautiful women, Sagawa dreamed of eating them. He maintains, however, that he never thought of killing them, only gnawing on their flesh. In 1981, after repressing his desire for 32 years, they finally got the best of him. Issei Sagawa moved to Paris to study literature at Sorbonne. Oh, he's also he's like a really intelligent man.
Yeah.
Like, he's an academic.
You know what I was thinking though? It's like everyone is in society tells you need to chase your dreams.
Yes.
And this is really a case.
And then
of
when
like,
someone does,
I mean, this guy chased his dreams. Just look where it led.
almost every night he would bring a prostitute home and try to shoot them from behind. It became less and less about wanting to eat them, and more of just an obsession with the idea of like carrying out this ritual killing. Eventually, he found the perfect victim. Renee Hartevelt was a Dutch student studying with Sagawa at the Sorbonne. Over time, Sagawa stuck up a friendship with her, occasionally inviting her to his home for dinner. At some point, he gained her trust. This is a crime scene photo of all of her meats collected on paper plates, by the way. He attempted to kill her once unsuccessfully before actually murdering her. The first time he tried to kill her, the gun misfired. But that just made him even more determined to do it. So the very next night, the gun fired. Hartevelt was killed instantly. Sagawa faced an instant of remorse where he thought about calling an ambulance, but then he said, don't be stupid. You've been dreaming about this for 32 years. Now it's actually happening. So immediately after killing her, he raped her corpse and began cutting her open.
Okay.
The first thing I did was cut into her buttock. No matter how deep I cut, all I saw was the fat beneath. It looked like corn. And it took a while to actually reach the red meat. The moment I saw the meat, I tore a chunk off with my fingers and threw it in my mouth. It was a truly historical moment for me.
Yeah.
Ultimately,
so.
he said his only regret was that he hadn't eaten her while she was alive.
So how's this dude out?
Basically, here's what happened. So they put him on trial in France. They determined that he's insane.
Wow, you don't say.
No way.
So they put him in a mental institution. He was then transferred back to Japan, where he was declared sane and let go.
Oh, wow. Okay. All right.
Japan is retarded.
Well, actually, I guess that the details of what he had done had actually been withheld from the Japanese people.
How is that even possible?
I don't know. Some sort of fucking giant snafu.
But-
basically, through sheer crazy happenstance, this guy just went free.
And they now know about that he slipped through a loophole, and
Oh, yeah.
they don't care. He just lives in Japan now.
Yes, he's in Japan.
Sweet.
And here's the thing about Sagawa. Not only does he live on in Japan, but he is a celebrity in Japan.
Yeah, I remember seeing like he makes videos and stuff, and like.
Well, he is. Here's his IMDb page. You can see that he's been featured in 5 documentaries to this point.
Yeah.
And he's also been in a few just movies that people have made, and a TV series. This is Unfaithful Wife, Shameful Torture, where Mr. Issei Sagawa plays Mr. Takano. He was in a movie called, I guess, a video.
Unfaithful Wife, Shameful Torture.
Shameful Torture.
Holy shit.
He was in a video, I guess, called Weather Girl as a celebrity TV guest.
All right.
And he played himself in a movie called Fear Itself.
A TV series.
I guess they have Interview with a Cannibal.
Yeah, he was. His first TV documentary was in '93. It was called "Excuse Me for Living." Then he was in one called "The Cannibal That Walked Free." Then he was in one called "Interview with a Cannibal." Then he was in one called "Fear Itself," and then he was in one called
Cannibal.
Cannibal.
Well, I don't know, dude. He walked through the fucking ultimate loophole, I guess.
He's written 20 books as well. So he's kind of actually, not only did he eat the woman and get away with it, but he's pretty much made a career out of it.
Does he maintain his desire to kill and eat women?
Yes, he does.
Oh.
Yes, he does. In fact, he said that he wanted to do it again before he died. I don't know if it says anything about it in this article. I don't think it does. But I read another article.
He's pretty fucking old now, though.
Yeah, he's 70 years old at this point. But he's stated on numerous occasions that he maintains this cannibalistic desire and attraction to this day, and that he's actually appeared in some pornography where he bites women's asses and stuff like that.
Right.
So he's been in that kind of
so
stuff.
He's still down to.
But yeah,
cannibalize.
I mean, he's constant. I mean, he said that, man, I just hope I get to eat one more person before I die, because I'd hate to just never do it again. Yeah, I mean, like, you're 70 years old, Issa. So,
I mean,
but he knows he's not getting away with it a second time.
And his preferred method of killing can't really rely on physical hardiness anyway. So he, 70-year-old can still shoot somebody in the back of the fucking head.
So I thought we'd take a look at the trailer for the most recent film, Cannibal. Grasshopper film.
Others wanted me to be Catholic. No, not me. I have no right to be Catholic. I'm too dirty.
Apparently doesn't know much about Catholicism either.
Yeah.
カニバリズムっていうのはとてもフェティッシュな願望に基づいていると思う。好きな人の唇を舐めたいとか原始的な欲求に基づいていると思います。妄想の一つです。なるべく痛い。
生きたままじゃやっぱり無理だって言うと、それは食べれば死ぬでしょうみたいなことだっけ。でもそうでもないと思うんだけどね。一部分の肉を噛んで食べるとか。でもそれじゃあ満足できなかった。
満足できない。
怖いとか気持ち悪い妄想とかどうついて言われるね、この辺はいくらなんでも
カニバ
他に食べたいのありますか？
That's some pretentious bullshit if I've ever seen it.
Yeah, dude.
It's like everything's out of focus. Like he'll be slightly in focus in the fucking background.
Well, he
shoot
clearly
everyone's
has
teeth.
benefited from portraying himself in this way too.
Of course.
So
I am dark tortured soul.
It seems that like he's at that point that's kind of his fetish now. It's like he pretty much knows he's not going to kill. I mean, look, he's 7. He could have killed someone by now.
Yeah, he
really
probably would have if he was actually going to.
I think he knows better. I think if anything, he probably realizes that he literally tripped and fell through a loophole.
Yeah, he definitely did.
And is probably doesn't want to be back in jail because you ain't eating nobody in there. That place will eat you.
But
I bet Japanese jail is not fun.
Probably not.
I don't think so.
And obviously, there's tons more cannibal killers. We already did a whole episode on Jeffrey Dahmer. I think we should probably do a whole episode at some point on Albert Fish. But I didn't want to. I thought that these two guys were definitely interesting ones. Armin being the consensual cannibal who couldn't get away with it, and Issa being the brutal cannibal that shot a woman in the back of the head and
That just
somehow
got away with it.
Oh, another thing is when the police came and was like, "Do you know what happened to her?" He's just like, "Yeah, I killed and ate her."